how to be confident on camera even when you think, I'm too old. Hi, I'm Lucy Griffiths and I am the plus side of 40, and I know that when I first started showing up on video for my online business, I really worried I'm too old, my eye bags are too big, my hair isn't what it used to be, and all of these things. And in the beginning, the mind monkeys will tell you that you're too old, that you shouldn't be doing this, and it's a young person's game. But the reality is that being on video is an amazing way for you to connect with people and to sell. So let's work through a few ways for you to feel more confident on camera. So the first thing to say when it comes to being confident on camera is it takes practice. In the beginning, you will feel like, oh, I can't do this. And the first couple of goes, you're going to feel awkward. But the more you do it, the more you show up, you're not going to actually notice that you're on camera because you start feeling more comfortable and more confident. It's like anything. It's a muscle that you have to exercise. So the more you do it, the more you show up, the easier it's going to get. So keep practicing, keep doing it. It may be that you want to challenge yourself and say, I'm going to do a month's worth of YouTube videos and I'm going to show up every day. Or it may be that you batch your videos. So for me, I do a day where I will film, I get into the flow of things, and I'll batch my videos. And so you're going to work out what works for you. Personally, I prefer to have a day, I get my hair done, I put some makeup on, and then I know my hair at the moment looks, because I've got caught in the rain. Sorry about the crazy wind, there's a storm going on outside. But I will get my hair done, I'll put makeup on, and then I will batch my videos. So I'll do a bunch of videos in one day and then I'm job done. I will also do videos when I'm outside for a run, when I'm looking really sweaty, but I don't have to do those. I'm only going to do those if I feel inspired, if I want to. Otherwise, I have a batch of YouTube videos that I have created, and I will have those, scheduled to go out each week. I tend to do 2 videos a week and they'll go out each week. So I know that I've got a bank of content. And so for me, that makes it so much easier. But you've got to do what works best for you. But in the beginning, maybe it is about setting aside a day and allow yourself, don't beat yourself up if it takes you ages to get going. Like there's always going to be, setting up your little mini studio or whatever it may be. Like you don't even have to do that. You might just be putting your phone on a pile of books so it's at the right height, making sure you've got some lighting, and just starting there. And so then it will, you'll decide, oh, I like this. And if you make the first 10 YouTube videos you do, you're probably going to find that actually most people are not going to see them. And so it's, it really takes time to build up. So it doesn't matter what that quality, that content is like in the beginning, because people aren't going to see the videos. So get going, start creating, and then it will get easier. And then more people are going to see the videos. And then in that process, then you can say, oh, I actually am committed to this. I am doing this. I am going to invest in a light or, like a ring light, or I'm going to invest in, whatever it may be, a tripod or whatever works for you. So for me, I am using a Sony Z1 camera. And I've not always used a camera. Like before, I have used my phone, but I found that I prefer having a different device for my video, because then it's kind of separate rather than storing everything on my laptop or on my phone. It's like a separate device. I can work on that when I choose to, rather than it kind of being this massive thing of all this storage on my phone. So for me personally, that works better, but I do not suggest in the beginning that you go out and buy a new camera. Please do not do that. Start really low key and just see whether you like it before you commit to spending all this money on stuff. I have on so many different projects, not with video, but there are so many times in my life where I've kind of bought the gear, bought the wetsuit and never used it. Like I bought a wetsuit because I was like, I'm going to do cold water swimming. And then I realized I don't like a wetsuit. I still want to do cold water swimming. So I basically swim without a wetsuit. But my wetsuit sits in the cupboard. I've used it once and it's like such a waste. Why did I bother? And so I don't want you to do the same thing with buying expensive gear unless you realize I'm committing to this. I'm going to do this. And so just start out really low key in the beginning. And then if you think I like this, then I'm going to keep going. So often when it comes to being on camera, and I have sold 50,000 confident on camera courses, so I know what the pain points are of people. I've spoken to so many people about this, and please check out that link below if you want more support with this. But so many people will say, I'm really scared, I don't know what to say, I don't like my voice, or my mind goes, blank and I forget what to say. So when it comes to working out what to say, I would suggest having a think through of kind of some key bullet points. You could just have some bullet points of what you're going to talk about. You could stick those on a post-it note. So it's just an easy way for you to prompt yourself if you forget. People don't mind if you have that moment of, oh, I've forgotten. I am definitely perimenopausal and I forget things all the time. So it's okay to go off on a tangent and then have to come back. People don't mind. People love that in live video, that they get to know you and your failings when you screw up, when you forget. They feel like you're a human. So actually, that's okay. Don't worry about it. But you might want to have those little prompts just to keep you going. And when it comes to your voice, when you're listening back to what you hear on camera, very often it is the bones, and there is research about this, that the bones in our ears hear a different reverberation, a different vibration of the sound. So us listening to a playback of our voice and what we think is our voice is different, because we're going through, if you think when we're listening to our voice, it sort of goes through bones and cartilage and skin and all of that stuff. Whereas the video is just getting our voice. And so when we listen to those, there's a disconnect, and that might feel really uncomfortable. So in the beginning, the first time you hear your voice on video, you're going to be like, oh God. But the more you do it, the more you show up, you just care less about it. And you might still feel like, oh, I don't like seeing myself on video. That's fine. Do live video and you never have to look at them again. Or maybe get someone else to edit your videos. Whatever works for you. It's a way of you managing this so that you can create the video, get the outcome, but it may be that you outsource the editing because you just can't bear to look at yourself. And in the beginning, that might be what you do. For me, there's certainly been periods of my life where I really didn't feel comfortable with myself on camera. I felt like, oh, I'm too old, or I doubted myself, or all of those things. But I've got to a stage of life now where it's like, you know what? Actually, I'm doing okay. I've still got 10 fingers and 10 toes, and I am doing okay. And so I think embrace the beauty of you. Embrace the fact that we are aging. But there's an audience of people who are looking for people like you. And this is really important to get our heads around. I was just reading an article. I used to work in TV news, and I was just reading an article this morning from one of my former interns who now works for the Wall Street Journal. And he was talking about how there's this massive boom of 60 plus people in China, because basically, it's kind of, the population is shrinking, but there's this massive boom of people in their 60s. And it's a huge marketing opportunity. And so loads of multinationals are stopping producing baby formula, but they're going all in on retirement villages. And it's the same thing anywhere in the world, that actually There is a boom of people who are older, who are wanting to set up online businesses, who are wanting to get confident on video, who are wanting to do TikTok or YouTube or Instagram, and they want to show up and do video. And so you can sell to them, you can connect with them. And it doesn't matter if you feel like, oh, this is for younger people. No, this is for you. So if you are ready to feel more comfortable on camera, to get confident, to show up, to share your expertise and your knowledge with the world, then this is your time. There's never been a better time for you to use video, for you to connect with your potential clients. Because when you use video, Facebook says you are 4 times more likely to sell when you use video. So what are you waiting for? You have got this. If you want some more extra help with being confident on camera, then check out that below and just get going. Keep being consistent, putting yourself out there. The more you do it, the more you show up, the easier it gets. If you like this video, I would love you to subscribe. Please click on the link below, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, bye, bye.